There are moments in life when a person doesn't just stumble, but truly collapses. Everything we once took pride in, our job, our finances, our reputation, our relationships, suddenly falls apart. As if a great storm swept through life, leaving us alone in the wreckage, unsure where to even begin. For many, this is the moment they feel like giving up. Not because they are weak, but because they've tried so long, so hard, and still failed. Trying and failing, despite our best efforts, is one of the most painful, silent kinds of suffering. And this is precisely where Napoleon Hill's philosophy becomes more powerful than ever. Napoleon Hill, one of the most influential thinkers on success in the 20th century, dedicated his life to studying extraordinary people. From Henry Ford to Thomas Edison to Andrew Carnegie, he discovered something strikingly consistent among them all. No one ever succeeded without first facing failure. But more than just enduring failure, they transformed it. They used it as a stepping stone. They made failure work for them. Hill described it like this: every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Take a moment to really absorb that. He didn't say some adversity. He didn't say maybe. He said every adversity. Always the seed of opportunity lies within it, sometimes equal, sometimes even greater. That idea may sound poetic, idealistic, but Hill wasn't being romantic. He was being real. He came to this conclusion after more than 20 years of research into the lives of men and women who turned devastation into triumph. Again and again, they proved this truth. Let's look at Henry Ford. Before creating the Ford Motor Company, he had failed. Twice bankrupt. Mocked by investors. Laughed at for believing he could put cars into the hands of everyday families. But he didn't stay broken. He sat down, reflected, asked himself, what did this failure teach me? Then he pivoted. He simplified his production, reimagined the factory line, cut costs, streamlined output, and the ridiculous dream of an affordable car became reality, transforming the world of transportation forever. Or Thomas Edison. He failed over 10,000 times before successfully creating the electric light bulb. Most people would have quit by attempt 20. By 100, they'd feel like a fool. But Edison? He said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. He didn't fear failure, he worked with it. That's what sets extraordinary people apart. They don't run from failure. They analyze it. They record it. They grow from it. And then they rise. Napoleon Hill believed that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Like steps on a ladder. You don't skip the hard ones. You climb through them. Now, let's come back to you. Maybe you just lost your job. Maybe a financial decision went wrong. Maybe a plan you poured your heart into just collapsed. You're tired. Frustrated. You're wondering, is it worth starting over again? You've lost money. Maybe even self-respect. And slowly, belief in yourself is fading. But if Napoleon Hill could sit in front of you right now, perhaps he'd smile gently and say, you have not truly failed unless you refuse to learn from it. Failure is not the end of your story. It's only a comma, a pause. An invitation to stop, reflect, and write the next chapter even better. Because once you ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? You begin to take your power back. Instead of being a victim of circumstance, you become a student of it. And that shift, from victim to learner, is where all growth begins. Remember, successful people aren't stronger or smarter than you. They just kept going when others gave up. They didn't let pain stop them. They let it shape them. Hill once wrote, "Many people gave up just 3 feet from gold." Picture that. You're digging for your dream. And you quit just before breaking through. It's not dramatic, it's real. History is full of people who nearly made it, but didn't because they gave up just a little too soon. So today, if you're thinking about stopping, pause to learn, not to quit. Sit with your setback. Pull it apart. Look for the lesson inside the mess. Maybe it's time to shift your strategy. Maybe it's a wake-up call to grow in an area you've neglected. Or maybe you simply needed to fall, to come back with deeper humility and sharper vision. Let your failure be your teacher. Not your identity. Not your prison. Your dream didn't die. It's just waiting for a wiser, stronger version of you to return for it. No one is born extraordinary. They become extraordinary by choosing to rise again and again. So don't let this be your end. Let it be the turning point. Let this be the moment you stopped seeing failure as punishment and started seeing it as a path. Because failure isn't the opposite of success. It is part of the price you pay for it. And within that price, if you're brave enough to look, lies the seed of your greatest opportunity yet.